Touchdown!
Stop playing with my dog. Big hurts. Big.
Hello everyone, this is Al Kabir, the analyst, and today I will be going over the 17-16 win against the Colts. Wasn't the prettiest, but it was a win. It was a win. But this is Al Kabir, the analyst. Well, I would say good bounce back game. It was a very, very good bounce back game because the things I actually wanted to see improve, it did, aka the run stopping. The run stopping improved. Sue and Joseph made an immediate impact. You talking about Sue, who only been here less than a week, active, putting in that work. They both combined for 7 tackles and 1 sack. Man, they made a difference with the run stopping. Besides that first, I think it was the first or second drive, probably the first drive where Jonathan Taylor broke off about a 50-yarder. Besides that, he probably only averaged like 2 yards, 3 yards per carry. That's really good. That's really good, man. Joseph, I gotta put some respect on your name because the first video I made, I was getting your name wrong. Like, I'm not sure how big of a difference he made, but he made a difference. He definitely made a difference. Bigger than what I expected. They play up to everybody play. I think I heard Gate City talk about it like, well, look, Fletcher Cox, you got Sue behind you. He would be willing to take that spot. Fletcher Cox stepped up. Javon Hargrave looked really good as far as run stopping. He stepped up. Almost got to the quarterback a couple times, but I don't think he actually got there. Josh Sweat stepped up. Brandon Graham with the basically game-winning sack stepped up. Stepped up. People would blame him for the loss. I think it was more to it against the Commanders. But look, he stepped up and did his thing. So salute to the defense. The defense did their thing. Josiah Scott did get beat a couple times, but he also made plays. So salute to Josiah Scott stepping up, brought the blitz. Once again, defensive line looked great. Darius Slay got beat a couple times, but he eventually stepped up. And I was like, man, don't let the Colts do the same thing because the formula is out there against us. And they couldn't execute. They couldn't execute like the Commanders did. Let's get into the offense, man. People kept saying, what look wrong with the offense? Hey, the coaching staff. I think Nick Sirianni was emotional this game. Actually, I know Nick Sirianni was emotional this game. For what I've been seeing since I've been watching football, and maybe I'm coming up with an excuse, it is what it is. When a player or a coach is attached to that X team so much, they tend to play worse. You seen when Tom Brady went back to New England? It just didn't look the same. It was too emotional for him. Nick Sirianni, too emotional for him. You know, I hope A.J. Brown don't go through that when we play the Tennessee Titans, but usually when I see that, when a guy plays X team, you just think they're going to go off. And sometimes they don't. Like, he literally coached his worst game against his prior team. He loved Frank Reich. He was mad how Frank Reich got fired. Think he overthought this game. And almost cost us. But eventually, we adjust. We look better. It just got to the point like, Jalen Hurts, we need your legs. He gave us 80-plus yards with his legs. Look, what was wrong with the offense was that Dallas Goedert, man. Dallas Goedert was missed. Gotta think, our flash came from the Grant Kateras, Tyree Jackson, the route running by the, tight ends. This is just not compared to Dallas Goedert. We got Dallas Goedert that game. We missed him. That was Jalen Hurts' safety blanket. I seen like we start running screens to A.J. Brown. We tried to do a running back screen here and there. Actually, we hit a couple of them. But you just see the offense without Goddard. We even tried the RPOs more with Zach Pascal instead of Dallas Goedert. He was missed. He was missed. That's all I can really say about the offense. Indy pass defense is very underrated because a lot of people looking at the Indianapolis Colts like they're just bad. But they defense is really good. I mean, that's the same defense that beat Patrick Mahomes, who was hot, who was on fire. That defense is really good. They held some teams through some high scoring teams to low scores, to put it that way. Colts did that. It's just they offense could just never score enough. But they defense, especially pass with Gilmore and those guys, it's been good. My guy Rodney McLeod's been good. So, of course, the passing wasn't working. Penalties, got some of them called back. I think the penalties took what could have been a big day from A.J. Brown, which almost went from dream to literally nightmares because he fumbled, almost cost us the game, which it didn't. The defense stepped up big time, only holding the team to a field goal after that. But, hey, I can't believe I'm saying this about the Eagles, but the turnovers, man. Can't be fumbling. You just can't do it. I'm not even talking about Jalen Hurts throwing picks or something. The fumbling. Even Jalen Hurts lost one, but that was more Mulata. Mulata got beat. Offensive line looked out of sync a bit. And once again, Dallas Goedert was missed. Quez Watkins, salute to him. Like I said about Brandon Graham, Quez Watkins lit a spark. He got our first touchdown. Got open. It's got open for the touchdown. So all we needed was that spark. He gave it to us. So salute to Quez Watkins for this bounce back game. He needed that confidence-wise. Even though I think he only had 2 catches for 31 yards, but that touchdown and to be the guy to spark the team, I know it felt good for him. It was a good bounce back. Salute to Quez Watkins, man. Devontae Smith looked pretty good. A.J. Brown got to get it together, man. He got to get it together the past 2 weeks. Like I said, those penalties stopped the big game that A.J. Brown could have had. But, man, it got to a point, I mean, Gilmore was on him. The fumble. I mean, I think he'll pick it up, but A.J. Brown just probably got to get out of his own head. He had 2 bad games in a row. Not like him. I believe he will step up. But to pull this game off, and we ain't do something we ain't doing years, I think since 2010, being down a double-digit deficit, entering the fourth quarter, we did our due diligence. We did our thing. Just win the game. It got to that point, just win the game. And that's what we did. That's exactly what we did. And that man, number one, did his thing. QB draws, making the right reads. He did everything in his power to win that game. And he did. He did his thing. Jalen Hurts is him. He's him, man. But what do you think and how do you feel about the game? Offense, I don't know why we can't have a complete game. It is what it is. The offense was pretty bad. But without Dallas Goedert, the first game without him against a good defense, this was what was expected. I expect for us to step up. The next game against Green Bay, I'm very confident now. Coming back to Philadelphia, Green Bay coming into Philadelphia with the run defense, how it looked, I'm very confident. I believe Jalen Hurts will be able to throw the ball all over Green Bay. I believe Miles Sanders will be able to run all over Green Bay on that big stage, Sunday Night Football. So let's go out there, win that game. Stretch out this first seed lead. Forget about the NFC East. We trying to get that first seed. Cowboys handled their business, so you drop the Vikings off a bit. But this is Al Kabir, the analyst. Ghost.